It's literally true.
I ate poop out of somebody's ass. It was delicious. See, I'm not a coward like you. I don't have to run from things I've done in life. You understand?
I didn't think I would make it for today, but I forgot the sunrise is on the way.
Such a brave stance you took, Aiden. Oh, you're so fucking
Some days it's just hard to see the light, but that doesn't mean I'm going down without a fight.
They're doing over at Broke Dick Farms. I don't give a fuck about. I hope the place goes under, and I don't give a fuck.
The sun finally hits against my skin.
I really don't give a fuck.
Warmth coming from within.
You know, people can hate it for different reasons.
It was the end of the line. It was the beginning of some new sunshine.
Oh, man.
My name is Ethan, and I want to suck Jim's cock.
Speak for Nick. Who gives a fuck what he doesn't have to answer.
Who gives a fuck what Nick has to say? Is that what you're about to say? Is one of those words about to come out of your fucking mouth? I think it is, right? I think it is. Because it's Nick's movement. It's Nick's movement. It's Nick's movement. I'm not hiding behind him. I'm simply stating the facts. I'm simply stating the facts. Why are you hiding behind your own fucking words and hiding behind broad generalizations? Just saying about
behind my own words?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, Dingo's passed away.
Is Dick there?
Yes, Dick is here. Lightning round, Dingo. Not a 20-minute piece. Go
Okay,
ahead.
super lightning round. Okay, Dick, Rand does not exist because of Ralph, first off. Secondly, would you be that mad if they were posting lolly instead of the N-word? I didn't think so, Dick.
Oh, wow.
Did he hang up? Wow, I mean, he didn't have to leave like that. Go ahead.
I've never been hung up on by a man before. I mean, I don't know. When in Rome, man. Like, all I'm saying is I've been in survival mode my whole life because I've been a little bit smarter than everybody else. So I'm always worried that they're gonna kill me.
I don't know how all that works. I'm asexual. You know what I use it for? Pissing on Bronze Age Pervert's book. That's what I use mine for. Pissing on Bronze Age Pervert's book. And that's it. Okay? So I don't know what's going on there. I'm just saying I don't know what's going on there. There's a lot of questions. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's a little sus. You know? It's a little bit sus.
I can hear you.
So none of these are substantiated, right? It's all just rumors. I need evidence.
That's not true. I think if you look inside your heart, you know it to be true.
It's literally true.
You saw him hang out with that Catboy Caddy. I think that's his name or some shit.
That was public, though. I don't think he was hiding anything, was he?
I mean, you saw the way that Nick looked at him. Those were fuck me eyes.
I don't recall that. I recall we redid that date, Gavin and I.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I think that there's something deep down in him. And you know what? We live in a progressive era. He should feel comfortable. I get it.
I'm not turned on by tranny porn, but I have seen it.
We will defer to whatever your judgment is. And obviously we didn't expect you to weigh in here. And obviously whatever you say goes. But, I mean, we didn't receive any dialogue or direction. So,
well, here we go. I mean, you just get done with the stream today where you shit on Irony Bros. You know, I'm an Irony Bro. That was my origin. You know who else shit on the Irony Bros? James Alsop and Richard Spencer and Mike Enoch. And, you know, where are they now? But I'm an Irony Bro, and I'm a gamer, and I'm not a Volcel. I'm an Incel. And, you know, no, I don't need love, like you said on your stream. Like we it's a hierarchy of needs. People need love and all this kind of stuff. Well, not me. I'm an Incel, and I am an Irony Bro. And, you know, once again, maybe there's on a semantic level, well, you didn't quite
speak for Nick. Who gives a fuck what he doesn't have to answer?
Who gives a fuck what Nick has to say? Is that what you're about to say? Is one of those words about to come out of your fucking mouth? I think it is, right? I think it is. Because it's Nick's movement. It's Nick's movement. It's Nick's movement. I'm not hiding behind him. I'm simply stating the facts. I'm simply stating the facts. Why are you hiding behind your own fucking words and hiding behind broad generalizations? Just saying about
behind my own words.
Yeah, you are, because you refuse. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you want to know why? Because you refuse to actually address the things that you said.
Now you're trying to hide behind Nick, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's really funny that the mask slipped there, and who doesn't give a fuck? Who gives a fuck about what Nick has to say? It's funny that your mask slipped there.
Again,
why did you? I don't know. Why did you start? Why did you start infighting? Why did you start infighting? Because you're the one that started talking shit about me today, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Were you talking shit about me?
Into my chat like a fucking jilted ex.
Because if I'm not mistaken, you were talking shit about Irony Bros and Zoomer gamer streamers. Is that right? Is that what you were saying on your stream earlier today?
Nope.
You didn't. Do you really like? Are you really acting like this wasn't like on camera with a microphone hooked up to it? You fucking moron! Are you really acting like this wasn't like fucking publicly available? So you did so the words so the words Irony Bro and Zoomer gamer streamer never left your mouth. Is that what you're saying right now to me?
Yeah, but again, you're
no. Say what you said.
Let me finish.
I'd love to hear it.
Let me finish. I was talking about how we have Groypers that are still on house arrest. We had these Ashley Babbitt vigils. And I was
listen to all this. Listen to all this. Listen to all this. Listen to this yarn he's fucking spitting. Listen to this fucking yarn he's spitting. Oh my god. No. Just say what you were talking about when you were talking about Irony Bros. Man. No, I just want to know. Say what you were talking about when you were talking about Irony Bros.
Well, I was talking about the movement. I'm not
you said so. You didn't. No. I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about the Irony Bros thing.
At the beginning of this call, you're not.
No. So what did you say about Irony Bros then? Why are you so afraid to answer fucking questions about your own fucking words? You gigantic fucking pussy. Just simple question. Simple question. No, because you won't answer it because you're a fucking pussy and you're too afraid to stand up for your own words.
It's because I believe.
Say what you're saying. Say what you were saying. Say what you were saying then. Say what you were saying then. Say what you were saying then about Irony Bros. I want to know. Say what you were saying then about Irony Bros. Why are you too afraid to fucking own your own words? Say what you were saying about Irony Bros.
Oh, so now we're talking about Irony Bros. So I thought I was talking about Jayden. Now I'm talking about Irony Bros.
Oh, I'm getting to the Jayden part. We're going to dissect this.
About Jayden.
No. You were because when you
about Jayden.
You realize you say more than one thing on a stream. You fucking retard. You say that you say more than one thing on a stream, right? Like whenever I talk about one thing, that doesn't exclude the fact that you also said this other thing that I'm also going to get to.
Because you're making shit up.
No. These are words. These are words that you said, and it's on your stream, and we can literally look at your stream and watch it, dude. Like that's what's so funny about all of this is that we all heard what you said. And then you want to turn around and deny it when somebody calls you out on it. Yes, I did. Tons of people. Tons of people
that don't do anything politically. And you're trying to say that I'm accusing the one
you were talking about
gamer who actually
you were talking about Zoomer gamer streams. Okay, so then who are you talking about? So who are you talking about then with Zoomer gamer streamers? I just want to know. Who are you talking about then?
You're so disingenuous.
No. Just answer the question.
You're so disingenuous.
Just answer the question. I just want to know who you were talking about.
You're trying to make me
just answer the question.
And again,
just answer the question. Who were you referring to when you were talking about Zoomer gamer streamers? I just want to know.
Not Jayden. Not fucking
Jayden. Then who?
I don't have to say why because again,
you don't have to say why. So then here's the thing, CWC. Here's the thing, CWC, is that whenever you make a broad generalization like that and then you refuse to clarify, the only thing that you're doing is letting people make assumptions. And I'm pretty sure that anybody with an IQ over 10 is going to assume that you're talking about Jayden. So if you don't want people to think that you
Jayden too, I told him.
If you don't want people to think that you weren't talking about Jayden, then why don't you just say who you were talking about? It's not that fucking hard.
Because I don't have to.
No, you don't have to, and then we can all assume that you were talking about Jayden then.
All right, well, tough titties. I wasn't. If you want to believe that, go ahead.
Then who?
If you want to have your little bit of drama that you can
then who are you talking
about?
Who are you talking about then? It's a simple question to answer. Who are you talking about?
Walking in circles.
Because you won't answer a question. It's not that fucking hard.
Beardson,
just answer the question.
You don't care.
Just answer the question.
You're trying. You want there to be drama so you can make money off of it.
No, here's the thing.
So
you don't get to play this whole like, oh, Beardson is just starting infighting again when you literally start a stream up by talking shit about people within the movement, right? You don't get to do that. These aren't two exclusive things. I'm simply responding to criticisms about Jayden McNeil and myself, which is very clear. Again, those are the two people that you were referring to and talking about. And the fact that you refuse to clarify who you were talking about. We can only assume because you even admitted there's not a whole lot of streamers that do this, right? Right. But what you were saying though earlier was that there's not a whole lot of people that do this. So the circle of who you were talking about has to be very, very fucking small. So it should be a very, very obvious who you're fucking talking about.
Well, you can speculate all you want, man.
I don't have to if you just answer the fucking question and stop being a little bitch. I mean, I wouldn't have to sit here and speculate if you would stop being a little bitch. I mean, that really comes down to that.
You're
plain and
just
simple
itching to exploit this. You're willing to cleave
No,
off
I'm
more
defending
people
myself
from
and my
this
friends.
movement so you can make money. You're not defending shit, dude.
Yeah, I am. I'm defending.
You're denying being AF. And then like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're right. I've totally denied being AF by going and hanging out with Jayden and Nick multiple times and playing games with them every night.
You publicly said for months.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny is that you have more of a problem on this than Nick does. Apparently, like you seem to have made this thing in your fucking head that like I haven't put anything on the line and blah 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 blah. You know, you realize like Nick sees everything that I say, and if he had a problem with all of this shit that I'm saying about how I'm just not really interested in politics, that he probably would have said something to me or like publicly disavowed me or whatever. You're the only one that's fucking crying about it. Not anybody else, just you.
I don't speak for Nick. Who gives a fuck what he doesn't have to answer.
Who gives a fuck what Nick has to say? Is that what you're about to say? Is those the words about to come out of your fucking mouth? I think it is, right? I think it is. Because it's Nick's movement. It's Nick's movement. It's Nick's movement. I'm not hiding behind him. I'm simply stating the facts. I'm simply stating the facts. Why are you hiding behind your own fucking words and hiding behind broad generalizations? Just saying about
behind my own words?
Yeah, you are, because you refuse. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you want to know why? Because you refuse to actually address the things that you said.
Now you're trying to hide behind Nick, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's really funny that the mask slipped there, and who doesn't give a fuck? Who gives a fuck about what Nick has to say? It's funny that your mask slipped there a little bit.
It's funny. About him.
It's funny.
And you're such a little pussy.
No.
Drag your
here's the thing.
Into this.
Here's the Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, and this is the way that it should be perceived by everybody, because America First and Nick are inseparable. Those things are interlinked, and when you're talking about America First, you're explicitly talking about Nick Fuentes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You've made this whole thing about America First. Like you're like questioning my position in the movement and blah 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 and all this other stupid bullshit, dude.
Now you're AF.
Playing both sides again. That's such a retarded argument.
I remember when you try to dodge criticism, saying you're not AF. I'm just a friend of Nick's, but now you're AF. So like, fucking which is,
bro? Are you joking? I'm dead
serious.
I'm dead serious. I just want to know who you were talking about. I will literally never be serious in my entire life. Suck my fucking dick. I will continue to make entertainment. I will continue to make people laugh while you sit there and draw little fucking, here's a fucking denim jacket that guys should wear. I'm going to continue to make great content while you continue to put people to sleep just like fucking Patrick did, because you have the exact same mannerisms. You're just nothing. You're like Patrick Casey light, like a fucking light beer, dude. You're fucking uncharismatic. You're unfunny. You're self-serious. And also, by the way, just like Patrick, you're a fucking snake. And you're too pussy to say what's really on your fucking mind.
I look
By the way,
forward to
Nick's
seeing
in
where
here.
you're at.
Apparently, Nick's in here. If you want to get his take.
I'll bring him in next.
Yeah, Nick and Jayden are both in here, and Yoba, it looks like too. You should run the fucking gambit here. But again, I just want to clarify.
Self-serious, by the way.
I just want to clarify. Yeah, you're very self-serious.
The circumstances require us to be serious. You don't think having Groypers who are on house arrest 9 months later is worth being serious for once in your fucking life? You cannot ever look past fucking content.
Cry me a river. Bad things happen. Bad things happen in the world, guys. Bad things happen in the world. We all better be bitter, mad individuals then. Bad things are happening. No one's allowed to laugh ever because bad things happen in the world. Yeah, shut the fuck up. This is what I'm talking about. I'm some big fucking martyr. I'm doing all this shit. You're such a McMeanie for having laughs.
Buddy. It's about all the other people.
Yeah, okay.
All the other people.
Cry me a river.
Who don't get paid to start shit online.
Cry me a river.
Lucky you. Lucky you, dude.
Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Yeah, that's you, dude.
Really hit those
yes,
high
you,
notes,
dude.
Huh? Are you a castrato? Are you a castrati?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, there were boys they castrated to sing higher pitch. They're eunuchs. That's what you sound like.
That's funny because even if that were true, I would still have more balls than you for being at least able to admit who the fuck I'm talking about on a live stream instead of taking pissy ass little jabs at people like a little bitch like you are. Just say it. I just want to know, who are you talking about? It's a simple question. Yeah, 10 years from now, you're probably going to be in federal prison for organizing a fucking revolution against the government with like 5 boomers. Yeah, congrats.
Hey, you know what? If I have to take the L for supporting AF, then so be it.
Nah, dude. Yeah, no one's asking you to do any of that. No one's asking you. That's the funny thing about all this is like nobody's asking you to do that. No one's asking you. Like, no, I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it. I want to be a martyr. Yeah, shut up, dude. You fucking pussy.
Some things are worth sacrificing for. You know, if you stand for
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. The ideal situation. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is the thing that you don't understand. Sometimes the best outcome is to get what you want without sacrificing anything. That's the best possible outcome, is it not?
Well, that would be great,
it just seems
but
like
that's
you're
not
just
how the world works.
Oh, okay.
Freedoms are earned with sweat and blood. And you think you can win without
again, this
lifting
fucking
your
like
finger.
LARPy fucking 1776 bullshit, dude. Do you want to go to a fucking like Revolutionary War reenactment to feel like a fucking man? Would that make you feel better to put on a little fucking pea hat and a pea coat and fucking light one of those little blank cannons?
People are already in trouble for January 6th. And you're being completely disingenuous. But again, you don't understand what
I didn't tell him to go. I didn't tell him to go to January 6th.
You're going to keep fiddling his wrong.
Probably, yeah. I probably will. You want to know why? Not every. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not every animal was built to push the cart, man. And I know my place, and I know what I'm good at. I'm good at entertaining people. I'm good at making people laugh, and I'm good with dealing with fucking low IQ morons like you who want to fucking put like fucking Fed post and black pill people into doing shit and want to take pissy little fucking snipes at people. Yeah,
and I'm offering people a alternative that can run for local office.
That's your solution, bro. And this is the other thing, dude. All of your content is nothing but like gay little platitudes that mean absolutely fucking just run for office, just become famous, just become a rock star. Like that's your fucking solutions. They're just gay little platitudes. That's all that they are. Just get power, guys. Once we get power, then we win. And it's like, yeah, you're a fucking low IQ drooling retard. Like you have no actual solutions.
How is running for office a platitude? That's what Nick fucking advocates. What are you talking about? What is the entire point of the AF?
So what does that? No. What does that encompass exactly? What does that encompass exactly? Do you think everybody in your audience should just run for office? Is that what you think? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just said, just do it. Just run for office.
Support those. I said we need to support those who are going to run for uncontested.
Wow. Again, whoa, man, what a brave take. What a brave take, guys. What a revolutionary take. Hey, guys, you should vote for people that agree with us. Whoa, I never would have thought of that, CWC. What a fucking gigantic big brain take. Oh, my God. You're fucking retarded, dude.
Is that not the AF strategy? Is that not it? Is that not the entire fucking point?
Again,
it's not the entire fucking mission here?
But it's the point of the thing is I don't need to hear that from you. I don't need to. Nobody needs to hear that from you because you're a fucking loser. That's the thing. And again, it's just gay fucking platitudes from you, and you act like you're some big revolutionary. That's the funny thing about it. Like, you haven't done fucking anything at all. And the funny, and you know what's really funny about this whole situation, CWC, is that I can tell you are a fucking troop. You want to know why I can tell you're a troop? Because you act like a fucking faggot. That's why. Fuck the troops. Fuck you. I'm going to let somebody else get in here because you're a fucking bitch. And again, just one last time for the audience here. Who was it that you were talking about when you were referring to Zoomer gamer streamers? I'd love to know. Who was it?
Beardson.
Just answer the question. Who was it? Who was it? Answer the question. Who was it? Answer the question. Who was it? Answer the question. Just answer the question. No, we're not going forward. We're just ending this because I want to let somebody else get in here.
Thank you.
I just want to know, who are you talking about?
I could not have criticized you any better than the fucking shit you willingly said.
Okay.
Everything that you've done over the last 30 minutes. I just wanna thank you.
Bro,
You did
your
my job
biggest own is I said, yes, I'm America
Thank
first. That's wow. What a fucking gigantic 40 chest take, man.
You didn't deny that you've denied being AF for months.
No, I never denied being
Did you
AF.
not
I've
deny
always
being
said I've
AF?
supported America
You did.
first. I've always said that. Dude, how could I not? I fucking stream with
I
Jayden
asked
and
you
Nick
at the
every single
beginning
night.
of
I've
the
got
stream.
like 5 fucking America first shirts in my closet that I wear out in public all the fucking time. I'm clearly not afraid of my association or whatever with America first. I just don't want to have anything to do with running it or anything like that. I promote it every fucking chance that I can, but I don't consider myself a general. Some people do, and there's nothing that I can do about that, clearly. I've said this literally a million times on my stream, dealing with fucking low IQ morons like you. But congratulations, you got the big gotcha against me is that I said, yes, I am America first. Wow. What a big brain take. Meanwhile, you have refused time and time again to say who the fuck you were talking about when you were referring to Zoomer gamer streamers. Again, this is a guy. This is my closing argument. We'll treat this like it was an actual debate or whatever. This is my closing argument here, is that CWC has taken shots at Jayden, at myself, at Baked Alaska, and pretty much everybody in the movement that's more successful than he is for the past 6 months. We've all known it. We've all talked about it with each other several times about how much of a big fucking faggot you are. But today was really the creme de la creme of you being a fucking foot and mouth retard, because again, you've made very specific and pointed comments towards myself and towards Jayden McNeil. And this isn't the first time, probably the last time.
You're just making shit up.
Okay. Then say who you're talking about. Then say who you're talking about. Then tell us who you were talking about. Just tell me. I am not threatened by CWC in the slightest. Dude. I have crushed Mike Enoch. I have crushed Richard Spencer. I have crushed Chris Cantwell.
Not really.
I will literally never
Those are the
ever
biggest fucking retards.
And yet somehow I would consider all of those people incredibly smarter than you will ever be, because you are the dumbest fucking person I've ever talked to in my entire life. You are so fucking stupid.
An actual irony
so
bro.
fucking
you used
stupid.
To actually be an irony bro, but now you're
all of those people are much more competent at what they do than you are. And you know what? At least they're honest. That's the thing. You know, when RPG came at me, I at least have to give RPG a little bit of credit, because he didn't bitch out and snake out like he did. He at least owned the fact that he was talking about me. You just want to be a little bitch that wants to play America first, but you'll sit there and talk shit about America first people day in and day fucking out and just pretend to be their friends, because you know at the end of the day that the minute that you let your fucking mask slip, everybody will fucking turn against you, because people don't support CWC, they support America first.
You're accusing me of being two-faced.
Yeah, you are. You literally are. You revealed yourself to be fucking two-faced, dude. And the fact of the matter is, you can't say who you're talking. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, you fucking have not. And it's so clear. Like there's video evidence. I mean, you know what? I'll make you a nice little compilation tomorrow. I'll download your stream. I'll make a nice little compilation and highlight how much of a fucking two-faced snake you are. But anyways, that's it. I'm gonna let somebody else get in here.
I own everything I said, because I'm a man.
Okay,
dude,
cool. Then clarify it. Then clarify it. Then all you have to do is clarify it. If you're such a fucking man, then clarify what you said and just say who you're talking about.
I don't need to clarify shit. You won't even let me finish. I don't need to clarify shit. If you watch the fucking VOD,
just say who you're talking about. Just say who you're talking about. When you're talking about Zoomer gamer streamers, that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know is who you're talking about. Who you're talking about. It's not a fucking hard question to answer. But you know what? I think it is a really hard question to answer whenever you're a little bitch and you don't want to answer it.
The cart. What was that you said? Not every animal's built to push the cart.
You know, it's only a hard question to answer whenever you realize that the answer will make you look like a total fucking piece of shit. That's why. Anyways,
what are you built for, Beardson? If you're not built to push the cart, what are you built for?
I'm done. I'm muting myself. I'm not talking to him anymore. I want to listen to see what Jayden and whoever everybody else has to say.
Like women, you like men. You don't want your followers reproducing. You care about the white race. You don't want white men to reproduce. So I'm not really sure what function you really serve. 5'7", manlet, FBI, subject of investigations.
Real.
You know,
that sounds like my life
your
is
friends,
cooler
destroying
than
everything that you
sounds
touch.
like my life is cooler
destroying like literal laughing stock in the eyes of everybody. Right
how much of your hair do you have left? Do you have a lot of it?
Are you still better about the fact that your hairline is receding? You take a UV light to other men's cum. You start Twitter spaces about your friend's penis size.
Well, listen, the space wasn't about his penis size. It was about the fact that he's trans. It was incidental to the space that his penis size was brought up, but it was relevant. All right?
Yeah.
It was incidental.
You're sick. You're a sick freak. You're twisted, man. You're a twisted individual.
You're right.
Oh, Jayden's coming in. I want to hear what Jayden's got to say.
Oh, hey, yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Okay, so I've been listening to this whole thing, and I just want to clarify because I was watching your stream. I saw people telling me that you were talking to me, so I went in there just to see. And I know that we've had like our beef in the past or whatever. And I know that you came at me back then for being a gamer and I don't do anything for AF during the whole Patrick thing when you were defending him. And today I was watching, and you talking about how we need to allocate resources better, and there's all these streamers that only play video games. And you talked about the Irony Bros, and I know I was watching your chat when Beardson, or your stream when Beardson went in there. And you said you weren't talking about him or whatever, and then you were talking about him. And I know you talked about Zoomer streamers. You talked about people that just play video games. I believe you also said the only people in the movement that do anything other than yourself are Vince and Nick. So, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
And you.
You didn't say that on the stream.
Well, as I said to Beardson, you were on the road trip. You actually showed
Let's
up.
Fucking
you
go,
drove
Jayden.
across the continent.
Let's fucking go,
You've been
Jayden.
helping Nick behind the scenes, and you and I have been talking, obviously.
Let's fucking go, Jayden.
But the thing that I don't like is I don't like when people ask me to argue something that I never was arguing. Because would you say that you only game? You obviously do more than that. So why would this ever refer to you?
Well, that's why I was going to come in here and argue with you if you were attacking me. Because look, I was watching.
I'm being honest.
And I
texted
thought you were talking. Yeah, you texted me 4 hours after the stream. I didn't even realize you texted me. When you said that when you were arguing with Beardson, I checked and I saw that. But that was 3 or 4 hours after the initial comments were made, and I tweeted and whatever. So I was just curious I was just wondering who exactly you were referring to other than Beardson. I thought you were talking about Beardson, obviously, with the Irony Bros and the gamers and whatever. So that was right. And then you were talking about like Zoomer game streamers that make more money and it should be allocated to you and to Christian. And I was just curious who exactly you were referring to. I don't know
never
any
said
other.
it should be allocated to me and Christian. That's not a charitable way to frame it.
You said that it should be allocated to you because you're doing IRL activism. Is that wrong? You're saying that you're doing rallies, you're doing IRL activism, and it should also. And I believe you also mentioned that.
Yeah,
Nick,
but that frame sounds super Jewish, man. I was saying we need to allocate it to like cultural pursuits.
What's cultural? Your concerts to get girlfriends? I mean, I wasn't going to try to be hostile, but you're calling me Jewish or whatever. You said that it's not going to the big
you made it
gamer streamers. That's what you said. The big gamer streamers, which can only be inferred as myself and Beardson. I don't know any other big gamer streamers in the movement.
No. I said people who only game. There's an important distinction to be made there.
I only game on stream. I really only game on stream, and most people assume that's what I do.
I didn't say on stream. I didn't say that only game on stream.
And technically,
to anything is game streams. You obviously contribute more than
technically I did. You fuck off.
Oh, don't jump in, buddy. Come on. I'm talking to fucking Jayden.
Why are you talking drama in public? Hey, I thought that he was taking shots at me, and I wanted to clarify who he was talking about. If he's not talking about me, then that's it is what it is. But I'm glad you called.
I'm glad you called in because
if he's going to
like
publicly
to talk face to face.
I just want to know if here we are where you're arguing with me, you're arguing with Beardson, you're arguing with other people, other Groypers. Wouldn't it just make more sense if you directly called out who the fuck you're talking about? Because I took it as you're attacking me because you've done it in the past. You've said that I did nothing, and I will say I think I've done a little more than just drive across the country with Nick.
Of course. Well, yeah, you're with the
dude. Listen to him bend the fucking knee to Jayden. This is so what a cock, dude. What a fucking cock.
I know. I thought
because he hates Jayden. You know deep down he fucking hates Jayden.
People are trying to dig up that old beef, and they're being disingenuous. I'm trying to provide constructive
It's so fucking funny to me. It's so fucking funny to me.
And
because you know so bad.
You said streamers. You said streamers that game.
Right. And do we deny there's a plethora? Like literally the vast majority of
then who
quote unquote AF streamers are literally just game.
Who
That's
then?
all I
Is
do
that
on
not true?
stream.
Yeah, but on stream. That's the difference.
That's how
is
I
you
make
do
my
stuff-
money.
you-
I don't
you-
get paid to do political stuff.
Yeah,
I
but,
just
but you volunteer your time. You're contributing to the movement by doing that. And that
well, fair enough. I mean, if you're not attacking me, you're not attacking me.
No.
But I was just then who were you talking about?
well, my entire point was there's no sense
he
because
can't
all people
answer the
referring to
question,
are
dude.
smaller streamers.
He can't
But
answer
there's
the
a lot
of
question.
people.
But that's not true because you were talking about the people that are making money. You were talking about the people that are making the big bucks, as you were saying, that could be allocated to different places. Such
This is
IRL
so
actors
fucking
or
embarrassing for
activists
him.
like yourself.
He's
or
such a
charities
fucking
or
pussy. He
people
just
that
won't
like
say who he's
Christian.
talking about.
Those were the two distinctions you made. You didn't say, oh, there's small gamer streamers that are making
Yeah, but
$5 a stream.
they are
You're talking about people that
numerous,
are-
and there's so many of them.
Then who?
I don't know.
And
them,
not to
I know
mention the
Jimbo,
time.
I know Jake a little bit. Beardson, myself. Who else? Who else is like game streamer that's pulling away resources from the movement? And I don't even know if you could say that like Jimbo is pulling resources. But those are I'm only bringing him up. Those are the only people I even know that are like avid game streamers.
Well, the reason why I don't like to name people is for this exact reason, because I knew that this was going to be twisted into some sort of.
It didn't have to be. Or you could just clarify. You could just clarify who you're talking about.
I guess I wasn't clear enough.
Well, I
but-
think it'd be the opposite. If you weren't coming after me, then you should have just said Beardson, and then I think he has the right to respond if you were talking about him. To be fair, you brought up Beardson. I mean, you admitted that now. Earlier you said you didn't, but you brought up Beardson. So he has the right to respond. I thought you were, talking about me.
Oh, yeah,
that's not
dude.
the case, and I can jump out of here. But like I said, I'm
Well,
just curious to know. It wouldn't have been turned into a big drama thing with me or anyone else unless it would have been just the drama, the person that you were talking about explicitly. But we don't know who that is.
Look, if we look through Trovo and such, we can find dozens
Dude.
of small to mid-sized game streamers who are AF or AF adjacent who collectively are pulling probably thousands of dollars.
Who's pulling
monthly
thousands of
from
dollars? Who?
And these
I don't
are
know who that
dollars.
would be. But regardless, it's like these game. I'm thinking, who can you give me an example, please? I don't want to infer anything.
Well, again, my point though,
Dude,
is,
he can't. What a fucking pussy. He won't even stand behind his
criticize
own
in
fucking
private.
words.
There's nothing to be gained from naming
You aired it
people
out.
besides-
You aired it out publicly. If you had a group with people in private, you should have brought it to them in private. I wouldn't have said anything to you publicly if this wasn't like a public matter because you streamed it.
Well, I didn't realize generalized critiques were verboten.
Dude, Jayden's slaying this,
are you
dude.
critiquing?
Jayden is
'Cause I
slaying
thought you were
this.
critiquing me.
The movement as a
no
whole.
one even
'Cause I
knows
feel
who
like
you're
a lot of
critiquing.
I feel like a lot of the audience.
Dude,
and a lot of
Jayden
the
is
viewers
slaying this
also
right now.
fall
This
into
is
trap.
incredible.
I feel like a lot of us.
Let's go,
are,
Jayden, dude.
I mean, I've even all my
Love
streams
that
for the last few
motherfucker.
weeks.
Love
have been game
Jayden.
streams.
Jayden
Like, we've all
fucking
been
gang in
stuck this
chat right
rut
now. Type
of
Jayden
inaction.
gang in chat right
and
now.
I thought talking about, maybe focusing on getting offline might be good to help our spirits and stuff. Avoiding shit that doesn't really matter, like this drama.
Offline in what way? Like what the alt-right did? Like what's your? Are you talking about? I guess I know you like.
Running for office. I mean, I listed a few things.
I agree. I've
This
told
is so
people
great.
yesterday. See, I watched your stream and you were talking about gamer streamers and money not going to the right places. And then Beardson jumped in the chat, and then it kind of shifted to what we should be doing. Earlier you were talking about like Christian and whatever, and like your IRL action, but then you kind of shifted to running for office and like getting involved in your local GOP. And I tell people to do that all the time. So again, we're getting into the weeds. I just want to know, and I don't want you. Who are we?
Jaden's so good at this, dude.
What is? I don't even know what we're talking about. What's the criticism? Because I don't want to like
What are
come
we
at
talking
you.
about?
It seems
Okay.
like you keep shifting, and I don't even know who we're talking about. What's the problem? Who are we
First off,
talking about?
we have to view this in context of the stream, which was
again,
after me
dude,
taking
it's just
pretty
this
much a month
fucking-
off. I didn't really stream for a month. I was focusing on IRL
I
organizing.
thought you were streaming
County.
Minecraft like last week.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't really count. That was like leisure. That's just me playing a game. But this was in context of after about a month of the local Groypers doing local organizing, the successes, and we've had some good and bad things happen. But this was in the context of
Like
that.
what?
And what do you mean?
Like what do you mean by local organizing?
Well, we've been attending every event that's been going on. We've been speaking. There's been all sorts of like weird TPUSA grifter events where, you know, frankly, there's a lot of people who are discontent with the way that the party and the country is going, but the only people organizing anything are these weird ass Q people. So we go there, we speak the AF message, and then we have these normal like dads go, "Oh, I like your message, son," because they were at that event because there's nothing else going on. And also we're working on the congressional campaign and going to
the one you're running for Congress in LA,
Orange County.
Okay. Well, look, I don't care. I don't know. I'm getting, like I said, you just say who you were talking about. I don't want to like. I'm not really here to argue what the movement should or shouldn't be doing. I listen to Nick. I just kind of do what you know he suggests or whatever. So, you know whatever. But who exactly, explicitly, is the Zoomer gamer streamer if it wasn't me?
See, again, we're getting to the same problem. I don't understand this fixation with starting more shit with people. Why does everything have to be a personal attack?
Well, I just don't. Well, I don't know. I don't go on stream and shit talk people behind their back and not tell them, you know. What, if I'm friends with someone, if they're a part of the movement,
who did I shit talk behind their? Who did I shit talk behind?
Whoever the game streamer is, whoever this gamer.
It's a
streamer
criticism. Is friendly criticism. Shit talking now.
It's friendly criticism. Friendly criticism, dude.
You don't think that a little bit of criticism might actually be healthy?
It's just friendly criticism,
well,
bros.
It depends. Not if the person doesn't know not if they don't know who's being criticized. I mean, or what even is it being criticized?
Because it's something that we all fall.
You just said, you know, gaming streams are leisure, and you did it, and it's codes, whatever. And I do it every single night. I do it literally every night as a way to make money and entertain the masses.
He's scared to name them. He's scared to name them because he knows who he was talking about. He knows who he was talking about. He knows, and everybody knows he was talking about Jayden. Because who else would he be talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna keep beating around the same bush. If you don't want to name them, that's fine. I'm gonna keep pushing you to. If it's not me, it's not me. I guess there's no reason for me to keep going in circles with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to make clear with our last caller, but
but you did talk about him. You admitted to talking about him, correct?
Yes.
And I just want to throw this out there because no RPG and a bunch of like the Patrick fans are listening. I know like all of them are your mods. I just want to throw this out there. I don't know what's up with this fixation with the Louis Theroux thing, because no offense, but you know, IRL, what you're doing in California, you know, that's great. But what's been going viral, what got America first to where it's at is Nick, the viral moments. Baked Alaska's clips are going viral, like millions of views on TikTok. The Louis Theroux doc and Beardson kicking him out of his house, that's going to make for great content, and it's going to be all over social media, all over TikTok. And in an era where we're banned from literally everything.
Thank you, Jayden. Thank you.
Being a little provocative and going totally viral.
Positive.
I think I don't know if
I'm not privy to.
I don't know if you keep up with some of this stuff, but considering Baked Alaska running out into blacks got millions of likes on TikTok. I think that's kind of a good thing, actually, that we can still go viral while being censored on everything. I think that Zoomers, especially edgy countercultural Zoomers, people that watch our streams and are, you know, love Nick. The reason that Groypers are like 18-year-olds, and we don't have like an army.
I love my friends, dude.
I hope you're right. I mean, we need the youth.
I think that gets the youth excited, being the countercultural force.
I hope it looks good for us. I hope Theroux doesn't.
Regardless, I don't think that they're gonna make you look bad, and the people that hate us are gonna think it's bad regardless. The point of the matter is, people that are susceptible to being AF or edgy or right wing or whatever you want to say, they're going to see that, find it hilarious, and they're gonna, you know, maybe it goes viral. People wonder who Baked is. People wonder who Beardson is, and that brings people in to see who Nick is. Seeing are these characters, you say they're not AF, they say they're whatever. They're in our sphere of things. They're going viral. They're bringing people into it. This is just like common sense.
But I thought the line was, "We don't talk to journalists," though. Wasn't Wasn't that what we all agreed on like a while ago?
Oh yeah, we had a meeting and we all put our hands in.
I mean, IRL streaming is a lot.
I
viral
don't
IRL clip. And you weren't on the
Correct.
documentary, right? Even though that you have a large role in the movement, you've done a lot, but you weren't in that documentary, right?
Correct. They didn't interview me, but that's beside the point. I mean, the point of the I don't know why this is the point of contention for like 6 months with you people, and I just don't see what the big deal is. I mean, would I talk to the journalists? I mean, probably not. But at the same time, is it a huge name? Is it the biggest deal in the world? I don't know. That's real. That's your big point of contention with Beardson. And I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, it's people are going to see that.
That's my biggest point of contention with him. I would say it's the fact that he did it, and then to escape criticism, he said that, well, I'm not AF. I'm just like a guy. I'm just a friend. And then now he's saying
he's whatever. I don't care getting caught up in the semantics. He is in the sphere. We all know that. I wouldn't is Baked Alaska necessarily suit and tie America first? I mean, maybe not, but he's still in the sphere of things. He's our friend. He's he supports Nick. He promotes Nick. Regardless,
and they're all tied to us because we're all part of the same sphere.
I don't think that Baked would look at himself and call himself a politician. Beardson, I don't call myself one. I've kind of taken a step back from public politics, whatever. Sure, I mean, what with the whole getting expelled from school or whatever. Maybe I'll get back into it eventually. I do want to run one day. Man. But that being said, whatever.
Jayden,
got my fucking back, we're all a part of
that's fucking blood brother
everything
right there.
we do,
Fucking blood
positive,
brother right
negative.
there, dude.
But you guys are acting like that's the end of the world, and I don't think that it's really that big of a deal. I think that the people that are gonna hate it already, we're gonna hate Nick regardless. He can say what he was gonna say, suit and tie, or Beardson can kick him out of his house and it'd be funny. Regardless, I think
made the fucking news. By the way,
you're right. I mean, you're privy
made the
to more
fucking news.
than me.
We'll see. We'll see. You're right. We'll see. I mean, maybe it does nothing. I don't know, but I just don't know that that's like the biggest issue in the world. But again, that's off topic. Doesn't matter. You weren't talking about me apparently. So
well, thanks for calling in though, clearing it up.
I guess that's that. Yep, sounds good, man. Have a good night. And I don't know. I guess next time, if you're gonna, because I've seen a few streams like this and I just kind of ignored it. But this whole thing's been going. If you got a problem with me, you can message me, or if you want to air out something publicly that even myself, assume that you were talking about me, maybe like a few more details. Or I didn't hear you say not Jayden. I heard not Nick or Vince. But regardless, maybe we can avoid this in the future. If
yes, of course. Well, this was exactly what I wanted to avoid. It's
oh yeah,
it looks like we got the whole movement together for once. We got Nick, Baked, and
united front against the fucking dumbass Wignet retard.
Yeah, it looks like Nick and Baked both have their hands up, but I don't want to take any more time. I feel like we're just going in circles, but yeah, it was good talking to you, I guess, and I'm glad that we. It wasn't me. Wow, it wasn't me. Gamer, let's flip and go. All right, goodbye.
Hey Nick, what's up?
He didn't bring Nick in.
Hey,
there he is.
How you doing, man?
Me?
Yep, loud and clear.
What's going on?
Hey, well, welcome to the Telegram chat. Fancy seeing you here under the with everything going on tonight. What about you? How's the show?
Didn't go great. My camera broke.
Yeah, my stream died like 10 times today. My Wi-Fi is so bad.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get the anger at the super chatters. Now after streaming for 8 months,
listen to this fucking
finally starting to
Nick.
Yeah, I tried doing it for 5 years, and I can assure you, it doesn't get better. It gets much worse.
Oh no.
So, look. I don't know, Jayden seemed to let you off the hook a little bit, but, I just don't understand, really where you get off, because it seems like you want to be America first, but at the same time, you participate in all the criticisms of everyone that hates us. And you criticize my judgment constantly, directly and indirectly, and everybody that surrounds me. I mean, that's what I don't understand. I mean, the Louis Theroux thing, I mean, even with Jayden, you know, you do these snide little, well, I hope that's a good book or whatever. You know, you ever hear the phrase trust the plan? I didn't get to where I am doing this because I don't know what I'm doing, or I haven't thought this through, you know? And so if you have a problem with that, if you have a problem with what I'm doing, then you shouldn't be a part of this, you know? And honestly, you're not really in a position to challenge my judgment, because me compared to you, it's just not a contest. And I know you're not maybe trying to compare yourself to me, but I mean, where I'm at and where you are, it's night and day.
Well, when would you say that I criticized your judgment? Because I had some critiques about the Theroux thing, and you've said multiple times for years not to talk to journalists. And do you think that this is going to be a positive thing, this documentary?
Well, there it is. See, in the first place, so I'll get to that and I'll defend that. But in the first place, I don't think you're in any position to criticize. And frankly, I'm sick of people who are not as successful as me constantly doubting and questioning and criticizing my judgment. I mean, that's in the first place. Don't get me wrong. It's your prerogative. You're a free individual.
What
with
was
your
your
own
judgment?
conscience, and you can criticize, but you know, it's frustrating where I'm at in my position, because I've demonstrated a record of basically creating many miracles over the course of my career, you know, getting Don Jr. booed off the stage at UCLA to the Stop the Steal movement. I mean, we were at the center of that. We were the destroy the GOP, aired an impeachment, sitting congressmen at my conference, survive deplatforming, not just on YouTube, but DLive too, creating a censorship-proof platform. Like, you know, so
well, that's why we love your show. But what about the baked thing has to do with you, though?
The show. I'm the leader. I'm the leader, and I'm the leader because I established myself. I clearly rose above everybody else.
Correct. But did you tell Bake to do the documentary?
That has to be respected. What?
Well, I thought you didn't necessarily tell them to go on the documentary. Was this all part of your plan to have Baked and Beardson do the documentary? I thought you said you didn't necessarily want that to happen.
Well, I told you I'll get to that. I told you I'll get to that. But I first want to, and this is the problem. This is the insubordination, basically. You know, you're in the military. You know that in the military there's a general, right? You know that in the military there's a commander in chief, and you want to be a part of this thing. But at the same time, not only do you participate in, but you encourage what amounts to insubordination. You want to be a face. You want to be a voice. You want to talk about criticize in private, not in public, but yet you go out and you sow uncertainty and doubt. And that you're not even willing to engage with me on why that in itself is a problem is very suspicious to me. That's very suspect, because that maybe shows that you're not being straight about what your intentions are. Because
I'll be crystal clear, Nick, with what my intentions are. And I want to keep this very simple. I don't want my criticism of Beardson to somehow become criticism of you, because Beardson has said for months that he is not AF. He's not a Groyper general. And you say the military chain of command, but it's also very clear who your chain of command is. And he has said himself that he is an AF. So I was not under the impression that there was a chain of command going from you to Beardson, then now to me. So I wasn't trying to criticize you at all.
This is a complete diversion, because you just said, and you have been criticizing for months, this Louis Theroux documentary. So Beardson's got nothing to do with it. You think the Louis Theroux thing's a bad idea, and you've made everyone aware of that. And that was my call. That was my decision to have Louis Theroux.
I criticize certain people being on it, not the entire thing, because we know you're more well-spoken than
you just got done saying, well, what happened to never talking to journalists? I mean, in effect, you're saying, maybe you're not saying directly, but you know, you're basically suggesting that I'm a hypocrite, or that I went against a tenet or something like that. But basically, the point is this: everybody who's in this thing basically knows how it works. People just defer to me, and it's not because it's a cult. It's not because, you know, maybe everybody even loves me that much, although I think they do. It's because what I'm doing works, and people can participate in what I'm doing, and they can share in the success. And I'm very gracious And I want that to happen. I want people to join and share in the success of this. But people can't come in and start calling the shots and think that they know better, because they don't. And if they did know better, they would be doing something better, but they're not. Nobody has, nobody is. And, I don't think in the near future anybody will. Now, to the Louis Theroux documentary situation, do you want to know why I said never to talk to journalists for years? There's a very specific reason why. And the reason was it was always about deplatforming. You can't talk to journalists because it creates too much notoriety. And when you talk to journalists, they call you a white nationalist, and white nationalist is one of those words that gets you banned. Now, what we've seen in the last year is that the dynamic has completely changed, because everybody is like, the deplatforming is becoming complete. It's like 98% completion. Nearly everybody is banned from nearly every platform. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. After Christchurch accelerated, it was nearly completed by the time of the election between COVID misinformation and election misinformation. And then finally, the Capitol was the final nail in the coffin. Now, I made a strategic decision at that point, as deplatforming is looming, and so really it's of no consequence what the media publishes anyway, number one. But number two, as we basically stare in the face of complete irrelevancy with this total and complete deplatforming, to engage with Louis Theroux, which, I've been through this more than you, and I've been through this maybe more than anybody. I had MTV come to my house for a week in 2018 in February, and they told me they were shooting a My True Life whatever episode about me, and it turned out that they sat on the footage for years, and they released it during Groyper War as a hit piece calling me a white nationalist. Now, so I know how it works, and I know what they do, and I've gotten the worst of it, maybe more than anybody can say.
And my criticism was never about you going on the thing. Let me make that clear as well. I never went as far as RPG and these others who
now he's throwing RPG
went further than that. The issue was specifically, it wasn't you, it was Beardson claiming to not be AF and going on this. And I assume, since he said he wasn't AF, that necessarily you didn't authorize him to go on to this documentary. And there wasn't that wasn't made clear. I never had any problem with you going and having Theroux film this AFPAC event.
Dude, I'm his mod.
So that was never part of the
said. But nevertheless, I mean, you clearly have a problem with the Louis Theroux documentary, and whatever. If it's Beardson being a part of it, or Bake Alaska being part of it, or whatever, that was a strategic decision that I made. And so, you can nitpick, but really, we're kind of getting in the weeds on this example in particular. This is part of a pattern. If it was just that, I would say whatever. Honestly, if it was just that, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But I also saw that you went on the Red Pilled Gaming stream when he started this big beef out of nowhere about my fucking playlist. And he said that, it's black music. And then he went on this crusade against Jayden and Beardson and criticizing me. And you went on a stream and you said, well, it's important to be able to criticize people and blah, blah, blah. I don't remember exactly what you said, but you went on there and basically showed him support. And this is a guy who's basically, again, an open revolt against me. And I think criticizing me very unfairly and for something so trivial.
Well, I've mocked and I've made fun of RPG. I've made the Jungle Jogger music joke multiple times. I obviously didn't support that as much. I didn't take it nearly as far as he did.
You went into a stream and you said, it's important that people are able to voice their criticisms. You said he was still America first. You came in there and said, you're still America first, even though he's at war with all the leaders of America first. And basically, I like rap music. I play rap music on my stream. People criticize me for that. He's echoing that, which applies to me. And you go in there and say, well, it's important that he should be able to say that. And
I don't watch all of his streams. First. Well, we stream at the same time of day, so I don't know everything he says. I can't condone everything he may or may not have said.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't aware he was exiled from the movement completely.
Snaking around, dude.
Yeah, well, when you do stuff like that, when you publicly go against people, and again, it's like Beardson said, when there's this resentment just below the surface that's hiding, this is what I'm getting at. Like, that's a problem. No, you're not America first. If like Red Pill Gaming, I never talked to that guy. I don't know that guy. I think he watches my show. Although he's very critical of me, I don't consider him part of America first. I don't think him saying like, you know, black music's for blacks, you know, stuff like that. You know, that's just not my style. That's just not my thing. Anyway, but that's another example. And then, you know, you got the Baked Alaska thing. When Baked Alaska was on the Louis Theroux documentary, you're attacking Baked Alaska. Now you come on a stream and say, oh, the incel thing is bad. We need girls in the movement. Zoomer gamers are going to win. Streamers are making too much money.
I never said we need girls in the movement. I made a distinction. I said we need more facets in our lives than just politics.
Well, the point being is, you know, it's just this recurring pattern of you're going against the grain. The Louis Theroux documentary you criticize. Red Pill Gaming you support. Baked Alaska you criticize. Beardson you criticize. Jayden you had a beef with him, you squashed it. But apparently you're criticizing, if not him, people that are just like him. And, you know, it's like you recognize that if you want to succeed, you have to be a part of America first, but you're not really happy about it. And that's like, and by the way, I should add, your best friends were best friends with Patrick Casey. And, you know, it reminds me a lot of Patrick Casey in many ways, but in that particular way, because that's exactly the MO of Patrick Casey. He knew in 2019 that if he wanted to remain relevant, you know, his only ticket was through the Groypers and through America First. So he joined up with us, and I think it was completely reluctant because he never really seemed happy to be there. And even once he split, you know, he had all the stuff to say about it.
Wait.
Cult.
Nick, I wouldn't have voluntarily gotten involved in politics, gotten doxxed if I didn't believe in this. We were inspired because me and SRG, my roommate, we met at the UCLA Groyper War. We felt inspired, and hearing what you said right on the eve of the election, we wanted to get involved. We felt like the best thing to do to help you was to grow the movement and put our hearts and hands into this. And I also want to say,
growing the movement by attacking everybody in it.
I feel like there's a level of insecurity here because I don't feel like what I've said is necessarily being translated fairly by the intermediaries. I feel like there's a lot of drama, people snitching between chats. And I've had this happen between me and Baked multiple times where somebody goes in his chat and goes, CWC's talking shit. And then I'm like, I wasn't even talking about you. He goes and watches my VOD. It never happened. So I just feel like a lot of this is being misconstrued. For example, I never said women belong in the movement. I was very clear they shouldn't even vote. And then, you know, the other thing about,
we just have a female
the Theroux thing. The issue is not you, who is a public figure, speaking with Theroux or even having the triumphant event being filmed. It was that when people do go on the thing and then claim to not be a part of the movement, that was my criticism. It was never the thing itself. So I just want to make some of those things clear, Nick, because I mean, I do believe in this wholeheartedly, and all of the L's we've taken, all the heat we have here in California, we know it's just a part of a bigger whole. And I mean, we have you to thank. This wouldn't have ever happened if we didn't meet at the Groyper War. But I don't want you to get the impression that I'm like not happy to be a part of this. I wouldn't be doing this every day, eating like raw onions and rice and shit, if I didn't believe that this was going to succeed.
That's what makes them eat raw onions.
Well, I mean, I think there's a distinction to be made where, and I hear this from a lot of people say, well, America First is not just about Nick Fuentes. I mean, I don't doubt your sincerity. I don't doubt your conviction on the issues, unless you're like a Fed, which honestly, you can't rule out. And that's not personal. That's not a personal attack.
Well, of course, you can't ever rule that out with anybody.
Right. I'm not saying that, but you know, that notwithstanding, I basically believe you're sincere and genuine, but there is this disconnect. Sometimes it's personal, usually it's personal, but there's these people that think, oh, well, you know, I'm America First, but you know, I put America first, like above Nick. Like I'm participating in America First, but it's bigger than Nick, and my allegiance is to the so-called idea of America.
Well, I've never said anything
Nick.
close to that.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you that I hear that sometimes from people, and you know, usually that's a signal about like
Oh,
you know,
well,
where their
I'm
true
always telling boomers to
loyalties
watch your
lie.
show.
Oh my god, this is so unbelievable.
I mean, we're always telling people to watch your show.
Augie in the chat, what's
Like
up,
all
dude?
these boomers that were working with
Everybody
these
go
cute people,
click
more
Augie's
than a
name
few of
and
them
follow,
have
by the
started
way.
watching you
Hold
because
on.
of this.
I wanna
But I
see
mean,
this way,
the movement is inseparable from you and your show. So I've never said that we support AF without Nick. That doesn't even make any sense. There is no movement without you.
True. Well, and okay, you know, and like I said, I don't watch everything that you do, so it's very possible that there's a misunderstanding. But you know, enough of this stuff happens, and whenever I hear about you, it's often these kinds of things. It could be misunderstandings, maybe not. Usually, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm just telling you that I see a troubling pattern of. You can quibble about the details and say, well, I wasn't quite saying that, or I didn't exactly say that, or whatever. But yet here we are. You know, there's a lot of people. Jayden's perfect example. That guy's a diehard loyalist. And like he said, he just defers to me on basically everything. And I've never had that issue with him. And I
do the same thing.
This is live.
I will. We will defer to whatever your judgment is. And obviously we didn't expect you to weigh in here, and obviously whatever you say goes. But I mean, we didn't receive any dialogue or direction. So,
well, here we go. I mean, you just get done with the stream today where you shit on Irony Bros. You know, I'm an Irony Bro. That was my origin. You know who else shit on the Irony Bros? James Alsop and Richard Spencer and Mike Enoch. And, you know, where are they now? But I'm an Irony Bro, and I'm a gamer, and I'm not a Volcel. I'm an Incel, and
let's fucking
you know,
go,
no,
dude.
I don't need love like you said on your stream. Like we it's a hierarchy of needs. People need love and all this kind of stuff. Well, not me. I'm an Incel, and I am an Irony Bro, and you know, once again, maybe there's on a semantic level, well, you didn't quite say this or that, but it's pretty clear where I stand, and it's pretty clear who my friends are. And, you know, Beardson, you can say, oh, well, he said he wasn't part of AF, and now he is, and blah, 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 blah. Beardson's been around forever. Everyone knows he's my friend. Everyone knows Weekly Sweat is a big part of the culture of AF. He's been on my show before. I game with him all the time, and it's like, you going and insulting him or you know, picking people out of the crowd. I don't know exactly who you're referring to when you say Zoomer gamers, if not Jayden, although maybe you did mean him. Maybe it's other people, but who exactly would you mean? I mean, streaming is the backbone of what we've built. I know you think that the real stuff of politics is superior or whatever, but look at the interest in what you're doing versus the interest in the streams. You know, it's the digital age. It's not the 1930s. It's a digital age. And so it's not to say that the streaming is the end all be all, but for the time being, that is the engine.
It's a means to the end.
What we're doing. And so, but anyway, that's really besides the point. You just get done doing a stream where you basically shit all over lots of things that are kind of fundamental and have been a part of the movement. And then you say, oh, well, I didn't know. I wasn't told not to shit on those things. Anyway, you know, I think you're playing dumb a little bit. Maybe you're sincere. I don't really know. But I'm just telling you that the way that it works is it's got to be reciprocity. We want people in America first. We want people to grow the movement. And the movement is growing. We have a great, you know, new lineup of streamers. We have like Dalton and Kai. Mm-hmm. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are getting more involved, young people that are excited about it. And that's a good thing. To see that, but it's a two-way street. You can't just jump in and sort of bandwagon onto the thing and say, and because it's very easy to say America first, to watch the show and we love you and this and that, but it's also about,
well, it's not easy. You get death threats. You get death threats. You get threats. You get deplatformed. I mean, I was streaming for 1 month, and then Jan 6 happened. I was one of like 4 people that got that first wave. I mean.
So what?
It's because we believe in this, that we gladly undergo this. And I've always maintained that streaming is just a means to the end. And whatever it takes to be more effective and help advance the movement, streaming or whatever else needs to happen, do it gladly. So I'm not attached to streaming necessarily. I just view it as a tool to helping AF. But I mean, we've got a lot of guys here in California that are willing to do whatever you need us to do to grow the movement. So
Yeah, I'm just saying it seems like you got a little bit of the Patrick Casey symptoms. I'm not saying straight up because I don't really know. I don't really know enough, but based on the pattern of what I've heard and seen, usually there's something to that. I mean, again, you can say, well, in this particular case, that wasn't true, and in this case, I didn't say exactly that. But usually there's something to it. When I've been around long enough, when you hear these things, you have to pay attention to these red flags and signs. And I don't think they're so easily dismissed. And I don't know.
And of course, nuance is important.
I'm just saying I haven't made a strong judgment about you, but I am getting this impression of a Patrick Casey sort of situation. And what I mean by that is he knew that he needed this and he needed to be a part of this if he wanted to go somewhere. So we used it as a vehicle. And when he saw that, or I think rather when he thought that it was going down, he wouldn't go down with the ship. You know, he was out for himself. And I think he thought he should have been higher up than he was. I think he thought that he wasn't getting the attention or the praise that he deserved.
Nick, we stood by you. Our best friend is still on house arrest because we believe in the movement. God. He carried the band. I mean, I know that wasn't anything you ordered or anything, but we've stood with you and we're willing to do whatever it takes to support you.
Well, Patrick Casey was right up there too. Patrick.
Well, where did he go when the heat started? He skedaddled, and I publicly broke with him regarding AFPAC. I supported that. I said we needed to keep the momentum going, and that's always been my message. We need to keep the pressure going because the boot is going to press down on us no matter what we do. And yeah, that's why I'm not against the Thoreau thing in general or AFPAC. But I mean, we've stood by you and, you know, hell or high water, man. I mean, I don't know what more you want us to do to prove that to you, but I mean,
well, like I said, I mean, about the Louis Theroux thing, I just don't criticize. I mean, it's really, you know, again, like I said earlier, I don't think it's your place. You criticize that and you jump in red pilled gaming and support him when he's feuding with all my friends. And you're taking shots at Baked Alaska, you're taking shots at Beardson and Irony Bros and Incels and gamers and streamers, and you're saying we didn't donate to Christian Secor's legal defense and all this kind of stuff. And then now you're trying to tell me, well, actually, I didn't say any of that. We didn't know, or something like that. You know, again, it's like if what you're saying is true, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's all. So, I mean, if you are what you say you're about, then that's great. And I'd like you to be a part of this and everything. But, you know, well, you don't know what I want you to do. Well, stop repeating all the lines of the people that fucking hate us. Because this anti-irony bro thing, anti-incel thing, anti-gamer thing, etc., everything I just said, and this is all that's the talking points of people on Kiwi Farms and Wignats and the people.
Well, I was echoing what you said last night regarding the incel volcel thing. You were saying it's not like resentful, like being a resentful incel is cringe. I mean, you yourself made that distinction on your show last night. I was echoing that in my own words.
No, you weren't. You fucking.
I mean, I even said the whole Anglin thing. How he said like you say you're an incel is like a fuck you as a solidarity thing. Yeah, I mean, I was referring to the term in its literal definition.
Again, there's.
But yeah, I thought I was just echoing what you said last night, Nick.
Just to point out, there's like
again, you're missing the point. I mean, I'm laying out like it's a pattern here. It's a pattern here, and we keep circling back to this. I mean, you could go back and say, well, actually, that's misunderstood or whatever. But it's like, again, I don't have to. There's no ambiguity with anybody else. I don't have anybody else telling me, oh, this one's on Red Pill Gaming stream telling him he's part of AF, and it's important to criticize the leaders.
There we go. I finally got the right link.
I don't hear anybody else, you know, people coming to me and saying, oh, this person is shitting on gamers, incels, irony bros, you know, whatever. So anyway, so I made my point basically, but
did you watch my stream today? Did you actually watch the
yeah, people are posting clips in the group chat all night.
Well, I hope those clips had the appropriate context.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I did go at length of the whole incel thing. And I mean, I don't know how that could be construed like I was shitty on incels.
What about irony? What about irony bros? You said that we're like overdosing on irony or something like that. I mean, what's that all about? I mean, that's literally what the Wignats have been saying about us for like 5 years. So what's the context of that one?
Well, there's a lot of nihilistic irony bros that even shit on you. And I remember there was
there's
clips
not.
of Beardson saying, why would I sacrifice for a movement that makes my life harder? I mean, if that was not a full-throated condemnation of AF, I don't know what that was. I mean, he was saying that he doesn't want to sacrifice comfort for a movement that we're losing on all fronts. I mean, I would not necessarily
That's not
say that any of us
not
are
what I said
irony
at all,
bros.
by the way. Yeah.
Do you ironically get persecuted by the FBI, put on a terrorist watch list? I mean,
unreal.
I am an irony bro. FBI watch list has nothing to do with it. We use irony as a tool of persuasion, and you've got this very self-serious kind of disposition, and it doesn't work. I mean, I can tell you it's not magnetic, it's not attractive. That doesn't bring people in. This like writing ballads, like walking around with a drum and all that kind of stuff, it just comes across as like a hard on, and not to debate the efficacy of it, but the point is, like, all I'm saying is your tone is not aligned with our tone. If you're getting on the stream and saying, we're too ironic and we need to be soldiers and this kind of stuff, it's like, well, has that ever been? I mean, go and watch the fucking pee poo poo super chat compilation. Like, I mean, the tone of our movement has always been fun. It's always been inviting. It's always been lighthearted. Because you said it yourself. Demoralization is a killer. And
I had song requests open during my stream. We had rap, pee pee poo poo audio. I didn't mute it. I had
he didn't
all
mute
sorts
a
of shit
pee pee poo poo
World Star Hip Hop
video, guys.
Don't
He has a great
sniff
sense
petrol
of
from
humor.
a can. I said at the beginning of my stream, we can't be too self-serious. It's gay and cringe. I mean, I get what you're saying. I just feel like a lot of this was lost in translation, honestly, man. Like the fuck Jayden gang thing. I was literally in the Jayden gang Discord server, like hanging out with these people IRL, and people are trying to frame it like I was not joking when I'm like bantering with the chat. I mean,
yeah, no, I know that was said jokingly in that case, but I'm just saying, because I don't know about you. I mean, I'm telling you my perception, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you. I met you like one time. Or actually, we met a few times because you came to Texas too. And
well,
so
you
I
didn't
saw
like the
you a few times.
Wahoos, so that probably left a bad taste in your mouth, huh?
Yeah,
Really.
that was bullshit, dude. I asked you. I said,
I don't know. Wahoos is good though.
You took me to a chain. That'd be like if I took you to Giordano's. You want to
Well,
get
it's
the
like a
real
local
Chicago
chain.
experience?
Local chain.
Well,
okay.
But so, honestly, I'm not trying to just go off on you because you're right. I'm not completely familiar with your content. And we've only met once or twice or a few times during the White Boy Summer. It was honestly just a big blur. I just remember being in that car for like 30 hours and Jayden farting throughout and stuff like that. But I'm just telling you, because this is a real important point for people to understand. Like, the only way this is going to work is if everybody is doing their part. And that's not to be condescending or patronizing, but it's to say that we are only going to become greater than the sum of our parts if everybody believes in the coherent whole of America first, which is basically the movement that I created. And it's not an idea, it's not a principle, it really proceeds from me. Because if I didn't exist, this whole thing would fall apart. If I wasn't here, this thing would fall apart tomorrow. And I say that because I do it every day, and I know.
Oh no, I agree with that. I've never doubted that for 1 minute.
So anyway, but it's up to you, because we need people right now. This is a tough time for everybody, and I don't want to come across as not sympathetic to what you've gone through, because I know. I mean, docs, death threats, people in house arrest or jail. I'm completely sympathetic to that. I totally get that. But you got to understand my perspective, which is this thing is in crisis. Everyone knows it. And I believe we're setting up to become bigger than ever before. We've been dealt a pretty shitty hand, getting banned from every payment processor and the no-fly list and the government seizing my assets. And, I don't have to go through all the shit we've been put through over the past year. And not just me, but lots of people, yourself included, and people that you know. And my perspective is, it's a very vulnerable time for us right now. And I don't feel like ashamed to say that, because it is apparent it's a vulnerable time for the entire American right. Donald Trump is having this succession crisis, the GOP, and the surveillance state bearing down, and so on. And so when, in short, when people are sort of the insubordination, the criticism, this kind of ankle biting shit, like the way that I perceive that is I basically just have no patience for that. And it's very harmful and destructive, because what we need right now is unity, and the unity proceeds from one. It proceeds from me and people trusting the plan, and everybody kind of putting their head down and doing their part, and not saying like, well, what about this? And I thought he said this, and this one's not doing a good job. If everyone's worried about doing their thing, then it's going to work, and this thing is going to take off. But if everybody is nipping at my heels, or Beardson or Jayden, and saying, well, I think we should do it this way, and I think that, that's just not going to work. So the only demonstrated record of success is the Groypers. The rise and fall of every other person proves this, from the alt-right to people from internet blood sports to opponents of ours, and we are pulling other people towards our center of gravity, people far bigger than us. Charlie,
and I see it in the streets too. I mean, there are so many Groypers here in Orange County. Like, we dominate all these things. You can pick them out through a crowd. And I mean, I became a true believer in this, especially at that UCLA Groyper War where we shook the house. And it was in that moment I knew that this was going to be the genesis for something greater. And look, I'm sorry if there was a misunderstanding. My intention was to help the movement, not
by attacking
start
me,
drama.
That was his, by attacking me and Jayden. His intention was to help
causing
the movement,
problems.
though, right?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, hey, like I said, I'm not telling you all this because I'm just being vindictive or something. I'm just trying to clear up where I think some people are coming from, myself included. And, look, if you want to be a part of this and are productive and help, then you are 100% welcome. You're a solid guy, you're competent and everything. And we need people like that. But, if the constant sort of perception, the constant criticism and stuff like that, it's just not going to work. And you see what happens to people that get separated from America first. That doesn't tend to work out for people that ostracize themselves from my friends and from me and from the followers of me and my friends. It never tends to work out. Some people get it in their head and they think, oh, I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying generally, some people get into their head. They're like, I'm getting sick and tired of this Nick guy calling the shots, or he did this thing that I don't like. I think I'd be better. And, it's a fucking graveyard of people that think that. Over 5 years, it's just a complete graveyard of everyone that thought, oh, I think I know better and I'm going to do it this way.
I'll take some credit for some of those.
If they did know a better way, be living in a different fucking universe, So, and I'm not trying to whip my dick out and be like, oh, if you said me, it's over. I mean, I'm just telling you straight up, I don't want that to happen.
I get it.
I wish a lot of these people didn't do what they did. Not because, a lot of problems with Patrick, but if he had just stuck around and everything and not totally betrayed this whole race and the country and everybody, we don't want betrayals. We want people to help, and we want all hands on deck. So it's not good for anybody when shit like that happens. So
of course, no. Well, and there's a reason why I broke with him and I'm with this movement, because I believe in it, obviously. And look where everything is 9 months later.
True.
But yeah, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while, but we're really excited to be a part of this and help out any way we can. So if you ever need anything, just let us know.
Will do. All right. Well, yeah, good chat. And we'll see what happens. But like I said, no judgment right now. But I'm just telling you that's where I'm at. But I hope it works out. I hope it works out for us.
Yeah, next time you're in town, we'll share a fish taco and go to Wahoo's again. Just let me know.
We have to go to a good place next time. Then fucking 10 years when I drive 20 hours to LA.
There's a hole in the wall Mexican place called Chipotle, I think. It's pretty good here.
Let's go. Yeah, that's I'll have to take you up on that. I'll get the burrito.
Flavor Town. All right. Well, hey, man. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. See you, buddy. Take it easy.
There, Baked Alaska, hand up.
Okay, I left and I came back. His hand is up. Let me bring him in.
Oh yeah. Oh, now, yeah.
All right, Baked, you're live. What's up, man? Good. Didn't expect Nick to come on. We had an all-star cast here. Not bad for a Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the most flattering appearance for you.
So what's your message for the final caller of the night?
Are you like brain dead or something?
Well, I want to hear what you have to say, man. I wanted to give you the opportunity to call in.
Nick literally just humiliated you, dude. Do you have any fucking humility? Like, you're fucking insane, bro.
Yoba.
Insane.
Can we get some Yobas in the chat,
Holy
dude?
Shit. Who the fuck are you, dude? You haven't even been in this thing for 1 fucking year. You became known because you stream sniped my ass. Because you're a clout chaser, bro. Who the fuck are you?
Let's fucking go, dude.
You're crazy, bro. All I gotta say, you gotta find some humility, bro. Your ego is off the charts, dude. And you're so delusional. Like, I actually think you are a Fed. I really do. So that's what I gotta say.
Well, thanks for calling in, Baked. Unfortunate it had to be this way, but I'm going to act on Nick's advice, not continue this. Avoid drama.
Let's talk about it. Oh, you're going to go out? No, you owe me an apology, motherfucker. I made you, bitch.
Did you? Yeah, sounds like you didn't listen to what was just said.
Yeah, I did. Because you stream sniped me. That's how anyone even knows about you. And if you had a sliver of fucking loyalty or respect for hierarchy, but you don't. I thought you were in the fucking military. Fuck the troops, by the way, you faggot. You're a bitch, dude. You became known, you clout chase off me, and then you backstab me, and you talk shit, and then when I confront you, you're too much of a pussy to even say what you were saying behind my back. And you do the same thing to Jayden, and you did the same thing to Beardson, and you do the same thing to Nick all the time, because you don't trust the judgment. He literally said why we should do the Louis Theroux documentary.
Oh, Beard.
No,
Baked.
shut the fuck up, dude.
No. We've already been over this privately. Why do you have to air this publicly? We've already talked about this.
Why do you have to air this publicly?
Let me finish.
Yeah. We've talked about this. I'm not going to allow start drama for content, man.
I just got on here. I've been waiting for 3 hours to get on here. Let me finish.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow you to start drama for content.
No.
Hey,
let me finish.
I love you, bro, but I'm not going to let you do this.
You don't love me. Fuck you. You're
Oh, man.
rage quitting. You're the curse, bitch.
Hey, I'm just following orders. I'm just following orders.
Listen.
Oh, I'm just following orders now. Now that it's convenient for me, I'm getting shit on. Now I'm following orders.
Good idea, and that we were gonna do it. And
What a
you
fucking
keep
pussy,
ankle
dude.
biting, and you keep questioning every little thing that he says, but you won't take responsibility for that. You won't, because
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this. We just went over this. You and I have talked about this.
You're not gonna get into it, you faggot.
We talked about this privately at length, and you were saying we were cool, but now you're airing it again.
How did you become known again? How did you become known, CWC?
We
Please tell
literally
me.
talked
Please tell
about
the
this.
audience. No, tell
You
me.
and I talked in private about this, and you
No,
were
but
cool.
we're
Now
public.
you're
I'm on
changing
I'm
your
on
stance on
Telegram
this.
channel, faggot. So why don't you tell me and the audience how you became known? Because if I became
Literally
known
when I
off-
introduced you.
if I stream sniped someone else's stream, I would have some fucking respect for them, and I wouldn't
And
talk.
that's, hey,
shit
that's why
and
I
ankle
brought you
bite.
in.
No. You ankle bit me so fucking hard when I went on Louis Theroux. Oh, Baked is bad optics. Oh, how about fuck you? You haven't even been in this for a fucking year. You're a new fag. You are the definition of a new fag on a fucking ego trip, dude. And it's a
fucking
Nick
love Baked
humiliated you, and you're still too high off your own supply to even see that, dude. It's fucking embarrassing. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, thank you for that.
You gotta learn.
Thanks for calling in.
You gotta learn some humility, dude. Holy shit. So why don't you apologize for talking all that shit about me? Because aren't you a Christian?
We've been over
Don't you
this.
talk? No, we haven't been over it because I never got an apology.
We
Aren't you a
talked like
Catholic?
men on the phone. We talked like men on the phone.
We're talking like men because you
One-on-one.
slandered me. No, you slandered me publicly, and you're gonna apologize publicly for running my name in the dirt.
I did what I said. I called you. We talked.
Bro.
Yeah, and you and I talked privately about this, and we already went over this.
You slandered me publicly.
Wait a fucking.
You can
And
apologize.
then we talked on the phone.
No.
We talked about this on the phone.
Now. Apologize now.
I'm not doing it twice in order to provide you content, man. I'm sorry. I never should talk to you.
I'm not streaming. You're retarded. You are streaming. You're streaming. I'm not streaming. I'm offline. I'm talking to
we've
you.
already been
You
over
keep
this,
talking
man.
shit.
I don't know why
No,
you're
we
doing
haven't.
this. It's sad, but
You never apologized to me. You're the one who's sad. You talk shit
yes,
about
I
me.
did. We already did it. We
Beardson,
already talked in
Jayden.
private.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. You're lying. You're lying.
I'm not
now.
even streaming. I have been streaming for like 30
lying.
minutes.
You literally
Yeah,
have an audience listening to you.
It's shameful.
Bro, you're
Come-
a liar.
come on,
you're
Bake.
a fed. You're a literal fed. Why won't you?
I'm
why
a
won't
fed
you man
now?
up and-
Yes.
Yeah, you've always been a fed. You're a Patrick Casey bitch boy from Identity Europa. You're a fucking wignat, dude.
You know,
Like
Christian went into the Capitol, and he's been on house arrest. You know, you got to leave. You've been able to stream this whole time. You should show some. You know, you should be appreciative that God. You know, you miraculously.
Yeah, you want to tell me about the fucking Capitol? Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like God,
Yeah,
God
dude, what a
obviously hooked you up. You
disrespectful
didn't
little fucking
get put on
bitch,
house
dude.
arrest
What a
like this
disrespectful little
college
bitch.
student who's been on house arrest for 9
How about
months.
you apologize for
So I'm just saying, God, God
my name in
obviously
the mud.
wants you.
You have no respect. You have
No,
no
God's
loyalty.
protecting you, so I'm gonna
Yes.
bow to His judgment, and I'm not gonna start private
No one
shit with
likes
you.
bro. No one likes
Okay.
you.
Good
Everyone
night,
behind
Baked.
the scenes, no one wants to hang out with you. You're rage
Okay.
quitting? You're really rage quitting, pussy? You're rage quitting like a little pussy.
Hey, you know what? I gotta keep it professional. But
rage
thanks for
quitting
calling
like a
in,
little
Bake.
pussy.
Have a good night. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. Look, I'm gonna heed the advice of the leader, Nick.
Yeah,
He's
listen to this.
obviously
Listen
not
to this stupid shit. I'm gonna heed the
start a
advice.
fight. I can't.
I'm not gonna start a fight or
not
anything.
respect the hierarchy, as
you
Bake
know,
just said.
yeah.
Everybody have a good night. I'll stream tomorrow
Okay,
at
yeah. I'll see if I can get baked on.
2
Let him say
p.m.
his
for
piece.
sit rep. Everybody have a good night. Take.
Oh, Bake's just calling me on the phone. Okay. Hello? Yo, what's up? That was I'm streaming it right now. I streamed the whole fucking thing, dude. That was I was crying, dude. This whole thing was fucking so hilarious.
First of all, great stream earlier. Like, I'm glad you went off on him. And like, I went full Yoba mode because this dude is so fucking passive aggressive.
Yep.
And I'm so sick of hearing him go in circles for like 3 hours. And here's the thing. This goes back many, many, many months. I've thought this guy was a Fed for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He literally came from Identity Europa. He came out of nowhere. The only reason he was known is because he came on my stream. He stream sniped me in Beverly Hills when I was at a rally, and his name was like Greaser Andy or Base Greaser, some dumb shit. Seriously. And I was like, okay, that guy's pretty nice. And I like offered to get him a hotel. I was very nice to him. I put him on my stream. I promoted his links and all this,
Yep, I remember
and
that.
this is kind of what these people do. And then so like people were like, oh, that guy's pretty cool, and Yoba likes him. And then so he got a spot on the kill stream, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe 3 to 6 months go by, and then I just hear from so many people like CWC's talking shit about you, and he's doing this and that, and like, if you hear from a couple people, it's like, okay, it might be fake or out of context, but like I heard from so many fucking people, and
Same.
people are sending me clips. Yeah, and like, long story short is I don't like the guy at all. He's a total fake. He's a total bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's a total snake.
And I believe he was talking about Jayden. Like,
Yep.
if he was talking about some other Zoomer gamer, just tell us, first of all. But he did the exact same pattern with me because I literally saw a clip of him talking shit about me, and then I confronted him over text, and he was like, "Oh, I was just trolling you, bro." Like, he literally tried to play it off like he wasn't, and he's done that multiple times with me, and he gave me shit for, like, when the Louis Theroux thing happened, he talked so much shit about me, and he was like, "That was terrible, dude." I said, "Bro, Nick literally said that's like the funniest stream I've ever done, like my best stream."
Yep.
And he's like, "No, say that." I'm like, "I'm texting him right now." And he's like, wait, the real Nick Fuentes? I'm like, "Yeah, dude, he's like my best friend. Fuck you." Like, this guy is like literally mental-hearted, and yeah, man, I don't know. He did all the same shit to me. Every single time I confronted him, he tried to say it didn't exist, and his whole demeanor, man, the way he talks, his whole agenda, he doesn't respect the hierarchy. That's why I was so mad. Like, he thinks he's this badass, like, military fucking gay Marine guy, but it's like, okay, if you're fucking military, you should know about hierarchy. Nick's the leader. Nick is the reason that we did Louis Theroux, you dumbass.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, do you care if I add Jayden to the call?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm calling. I see if this works. Oh, wait. This is the actual phone call, by the way, Jayden, so this is the way we're doing this.
Hello?
Hang on, let me merge the calls. All right, I think we got everybody. Is everybody here?
Hello? Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Jayden? Hi.
This is the most boomer tech fucking stream ever because we're all three talking on the phone and I'm just holding the fucking phone up to the microphone.
Why? You guys don't have Discord or what?
I mean, we could do it on Discord if you know.
I have Discord.
Okay.
Where should we go?
Let's go to you on Jayden's server.
It's weird. It's like these people they just learn about Nick and come into the movement or whatever, and then they like think they have, you know, a place to criticize my relationship with him or your relationship with it. It's just like kind of weird. Like, and ultimately at the end of the day, they're criticizing Nick's judgment. Like, you think Nick is going to be friends with like some fucking retards and some like people that are huge liabilities, etc. You know.
Well, I mean, I am a huge retarded.
Well, yeah. I am a retard too.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
we're both
a little retarded.
We're both a little retarded, so I'm, you know,
okay, fair
enough.
But you know what I mean. I mean, ultimately, they're at the end of the day, they're questioning like Nick's leadership. Like, are you sure, Nick? Like that's just, if anything, like, not even the loyalty thing, but it's just fucking annoying. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, it's not your place to question every little decision that Nick makes. It's weird. I don't know.
And also going after the irony bros, dude. Like, dude, that was really
bad
just move. Like, really put a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, dude, say what you will about me or the irony bros or whatever, but who can forget that epic clip of Ben Shapiro saying that he was a fucking irony bro? That shit was fucking content forever, dude. It was so fucking funny. Like, when has CWC ever done something so epic? Fuck you.
Does Nick have any thoughts, or did he dip out?
He's in here. He's just muted.
Yeah, he's probably tired. Who can blame him?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. I'm tired.
Yo!
Called it.
Yeah.
So is your camera like broke?
No, it just keeps overheating. But I got a new one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's fucking gay.
Yeah. I mean, the CWC reaction didn't make me really optimistic because it's like Yoba said, it's about humility.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I came in there and I thought I was even-handed, and you know, in that position, what I expect, and I think that this is just like a given, is for somebody to be like, "Oh, you know, you're right. You know, I'll do better," it's something like that. But it was just like defensive. No, well, you just don't understand, and you got to hear me out, and this kind of thing, and it's like, why do I want to hear that? Like, if I'm the guy and you're, you know, in a bad, or what's the expression? You know, you're in bad standing. Like, that's a problem for you. And there was no, like, I didn't feel like there was anything going the other way to you know, change my opinion of that. It was just like I said, I was defensive. I mean, the right approach in that situation is be like, oh yeah, you know, you're right, and just try to connect and relate on like a human level. But it's it just came across as basically insincere. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell and stuff. But you know, a lot of these people just don't get it. You know. Like Jimbo said, it's just as simple as, you know, some people just don't get it. And I mean, there were a lot of people that never got it, and they're not a part of this anymore. You know, people brought up Steel Puma and Carter. Carter did the same thing, by the way. I saw Classical Theist was in the YouTube chat, and he was like, you know, this is just like the Carter thing, and it's true, because I called Carter and told him the same thing. Back, I was doing a shoot for something back in December, and I remember taking time out of my day, for like a half hour, an hour, whatever, talk to him on the phone and say, like, here's my advice, here's what you do, blah, blah, blah. Here's where we're coming from. This is why people are criticizing you. And the guy was like, yeah, you're so right. Yeah, man, this is great, whatever. And then the next day, he's like shitting all over me, you know? And I don't know. Some people just are too big for their britches. Like, I'm really not. I mean, I'm kind of a arrogant guy, I guess, or whatever. But I'd like to think that when I approach these things, it's pragmatic, it's fair. There's not a big, I don't think there's an unearned ego in it, you know. And I think that when I deal with people like that, people see it's gracious. I mean, it's still, you know, might come across as a certain way, but I think it's fair, and I think it's pretty gracious. And I don't know. I mean, I just like to explain that and set the record straight, really, for everybody watching at home. He's gonna go and do his thing, and you know, we'll see if the behavior changes or whatever, if it's gonna be a Carter situation or whatever. But you know, people can listen or they cannot listen. But I mean, it's really, it's your funeral. You know, it's your fucking streamer funeral. It's many such cases, but. Fun night. We love E-drama. I hate people that say they hate E-drama. No infighting, guys. No more E-drama. E-drama is fun.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about fucking Afghanistan.
We needed it. They were saying that today. Wow.
Yeah,
shit talking. So, yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, I hate E-drama, and yet somehow my streams are never bigger until we're talking fucking shit. So it's like, yeah, you motherfuckers love it, dude. You're fucking sitting here watching it just like everybody else, dude. Don't sit there and try to fucking front. Like, it's so fucking pussy. Infighting is necessary and good sometimes, and this is why, because it's good content, and it kind of reestablishes what needs to be said. You know, it's not, you know, it's just that simple.
Y'all look 5'1", bitch.